So far, we traveled on American, Air Canada, Japan Airlines, WestJet, and ANA across the Pacific. Okay, the last was a bit of a treat, but today it's United's turn to see how they operate their Transpacific flight. Are they that bad or that good? Let's find out. Good afternoon and welcome back to another video. In the last video, we had a nice appetizer of a flight with United. We flew them transborder. It was quick, simple, and got the job done. Today we're going to go for the bigger meal, as we'll be flying with United on one of their 787-10 Dreamliners from Chicago to Tokyo Haneda. And this is the first time I'll be flying on the -10 variant of the Dreamliner, and if all things go to plan, hopefully not the last time this year. The flight is set to depart at 1:10 p.m, so come along as we go from A to B, and let's enjoy a long haul back to Japan. When it comes to connections in Chicago, it does pay to get your bearings straight. While all international flights arrive in Terminal 5, where the customs hall is, they don't all depart from there. In the Star Alliance world, Air Canada, ANA, Lufthansa, and United international departures can be found sprinkled throughout Terminals 1 and 2. I found myself in the B concourse after my previous flight, and since we're departing from gate C18, it required a quick walk over to the C concourse. I think this is the passage which shows up in the movie Rookie of the Year. Luckily, my gate was right at the end of the underpass, and when I arrived, I still had an hour to kill. I was getting a little peckish after rushing through YYZ this morning and United's in-flight catering from a previous flight. Since it would still be a few hours before lunch was served on the plane, I thought it was a good idea to grab a bite to eat. The Burkhoff Cafe was my choice, though the Burger King advertisement seems a bit out of place, doesn't it? I got a chicken wrap, which was spot on with a not too spicy kick. Although one may consider that this called for a Bud Light, at $9.50 American it most certainly did not. Oof. Live and learn. By the time I returned to the gate, the pre-boarding had started, and I took the opportunity to jump in the Zone 2 line, and the boarding process was quite smooth.
Thank you.
As we make our way to the plane, I'll take a moment to say hello to the new viewers and invite you to subscribe for continued travel and aviation related content. I got a lot of exciting trips coming up for this year. Today we'll be seated in 53J, where a blanket and pillow was already set. Boarding was efficient and we managed to push back 2 minutes ahead of schedule. United has 21 of the 787-10 Dreamliners in their fleet, with 318 seats across 3 classes and 10 lavatories on board. Our aircraft is 5 years old, being delivered to United in December of 2019. It'll take us a good 12.5 hours to reach Tokyo from Chicago. We'll head right north over the territories and Alaska before turning south towards Tokyo. United's 787-10 Dreamliner economy cabin is laid out in the 333 seating configuration, with dark blue seats and light gray seatbacks with a darker center portion over 30 rows. Boeing Sky interior lighting runs down the length of the plane and provides a calming blue to the cabin throughout the flight. Monitors on the bulkhead provide flight information. The first 11 rows of the plane are dedicated to United's Polaris business class, and we got a peek while boarding. And wedged between business and economy is a small 3-row premium cabin in a 232 configuration. Back in economy, the seats are completed with a lighter blue adjustable headrest, which added comfort to the seat. Turning towards the seat back, you'll find a large non-adjustable display. Under that is a literature pocket containing the credit card promotion, United's Bistro menu, which is used on North American flights, and the safety card. The tray table is designed with a knob rather than the commonly found latch, and there's a nice sized pocket large enough for my water bottles and other articles. Seat pitch comes in at 31 inches, providing enough space for these longer flights. There are 2 power outlets located between seats, and of course everyone has access to a USB port by the monitor. And above you have the reading light and air controls. For a long haul flight, the cabin was relaxing and the seat provides all the necessities one may need. I always enjoy the spaciousness the Dreamliners provide and the soft glow of the lights. The seat was comfortable enough for me to catch a few hours sleep midway in the flight. United's Dreamliners are Wi-Fi equipped. Plans start at $5 with $20 getting you access for the entire flight. There's also a free messaging plan, which was good enough for me. I think it's a good idea to download the airline app for your flight since the app can be used without an internet package. And now many airlines have a bag tracker, and it's something I always check. Alright, time to get the first meal underway. First up is a snack and drink service. Now, although the bistro menu isn't used on the international flights, the last page may be of interest as it provides the drink menu, which is one thing that really doesn't change based on the route. I savored the holiday magic this season with a 2-hearted IPA and these salty snacks. I was impressed with how fast the service was. They didn't bother to pour drinks into cups, simply handing over the can and moving on. I like it. For lunch, there was a pasta or chicken option, and I don't know what it was, but something during this flight reminded me of the Planet Earth documentaries, so here we go. High above the Canadian North, it's lunchtime on the plane. Here, hungry humans enjoy their meal, their only sustenance for the next several hours. Many foods have defense mechanisms to avoid being someone's lunch, and although everything seems edible, trouble lurks. Raisins. These small dried fruits are unpleasant to some, and the salad's best defense for survival. But for Andrew, it's no match. He can simply eat around them. I hope you enjoyed that. No idea why I thought of that during the flight, but probably turned out better in my mind. Anyway, raisins aside, it was a good meal. The chicken had a nice barbecue sauce, which worked well. Those carrots, well, seen better days. But overall, I was pleased with the meal. After the meal, the cabin was darkened, and we entered the long stretch of the flight. Several hours after the initial service, there was a mid-flight snack for those who were awake, which was a balsamic chicken arugula mozzarella warm sandwich. It's a bit on the heavier side for a snack and a bit greasy with the melted cheese, so you had to eat it with the paper bag to ensure the oil didn't get anywhere. It was pretty good, but maybe a bit heavy for a mid-meal snack. I think American wins on the mid-flight snack with their snack box, but let me know what you think. The Wi-Fi system was easy to use, and a welcome change compared to what I found on the older 737 aircraft earlier in the day. The system has a wide variety of content that you would expect. What do you tend to watch on the plane? I usually go for comedies, and I crushed through a bunch of South Park episodes during this flight. One thing I thought was clever was the sleep station, which provided some calming audio to help you rest, a great addition for a long-haul flight. There did appear to be a streaming service as well, so you can watch content from your device should you choose. And the best part of an aisle seat is the easy access to the lavatories. This is the one at the rear of the plane, and it's your standard Dreamliner washroom. The crew did a great job of keeping them in check throughout the flight, so everything was clean and tidy. And with that, with the last 90 minutes to go, breakfast was offered. The choices were pancakes or eggs. The egg dish was a hash with potatoes, onions, peppers, with gravy and some cheese. It wasn't bad, but the gravy needed the added pepper to live up to its full potential. There was a nice bit of fresh fruit and a croissant. Thankfully, not a raisin in sight. And I finally got that coffee which I was looking for about 20 hours earlier. Unfortunately, it wasn't today anymore due to crossing the date line, but tomorrow afternoon. But when you're jet lagged, what's the difference, right? Overall, I was very pleased with how United serviced this long-haul route. From reading and seeing others' experiences, I thought it would leave more to be desired. But I think United did a great job this flight. The food was delicious, entertainment was enjoyable, and the cabin was relaxing. The staff on this flight really stood out. They were happy, interactive, and met the needs of the guests throughout the flight. After this experience, if I were to fly through the States in the future, I would probably choose United over American, but that's the best part about being a consumer. We can often choose the company we prefer. And of course, each airline has its own strengths and areas to improve. We actually managed to make great time on this flight, and we arrived 50 minutes ahead of schedule, and I find myself back home. This was a one-way itinerary from Toronto to Haneda via Chicago, with the price coming out to $1,144. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on United's Transpacific Economy product, and I'll catch you in the next video.